Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another episode of Mastering Body Language with me, the Body Language Noob. So basically today we're going to be talking about the second defensive response from the limbic brain, the subconscious side of the brain that we have no control over. And if you watched the freeze video, you would have noticed that I said there was 3 lines of defense in the limbic brain, and we are going to be covering the second one today. And the second one is so we know that the freeze response is a response that forces us to stop in the moment and try to analyze the situation, what's going on, and then the brain basically decides, what should I do next? Should I try to flee the situation, or should I try to fight the situation? Sometimes you'll even do both. You'll try to flee the situation, whatever's threatening you will show up, chase you down, and then you have to fight. The second response, the flight response, comes in after the freeze response is not successful in eliminating the present danger. Of course, we know that running away from predators or danger is, practiced for survival, but unfortunately those are the old ways of dealing with things. I mean, they still can happen now, like if someone's trying to rob you, you can run away. Or if your ex-girlfriend just looked through your phone and saw all your texts to other girls, you could run away.
Tell me! Don't get mad! You weren't there!
But now, if you're at work and you're getting yelled at by your boss, running away isn't going to work. So we had to not we, but our brains, our limbic brain, had to adapt to make us feel like we're eliminating the present danger. I mean, honestly, who is going to run away from their boss while getting yelled at work in the modern world? We can't do that.
I'm gonna need you to go ahead and come in tomorrow. So if you could be here around 9, that would be great. Okay?
Bobby, clean the shit out of your desk and get the fuck out of here. You're a loser.
Our brains have evolved to adapt to our present threats, to adapt to the situations that we live in today. I mean, these behaviors are not as obvious as just flat out running away, but they still serve the same purpose. So that's why it's important to remember that, because if someone's presenting a flight type response, then you know right away they feel threatened. They are trying to get away from the situation. So that leaves us to the flight response in today's time. The flight response in today's time is now when in conversation and we feel threatened or feel negative energy or have a negative attitude towards someone, we tend to shy away from that person. We tend to distance ourselves if we feel threatened. Or if we're around undesired people, we tend to distance ourselves. We tend to start using blocking or barrier type gestures, and those are going to be something that we cover probably a couple videos from now. We'll talk about arm barriers and things like that, so that'll be a fun video. So, body language noob tip, I thought this one would be kind of good, is a lot of people want to know when do I know if a girl is interested in the date or in me? And there's a couple things that you can look for as part of the flight response, and that is number one, is she leaning towards you or away from you when you're conversing with her? Does she tend to be sort of open in her body language while you're having a cup of coffee or drinking a beer or having dinner, whatever? And one of the next things that's very important to look for is this person setting up barriers in between me and her? And it's something that I've actually picked up on girls. The most recent one that I went out with, I actually just mentioned it to her. I said, I can tell you're sort of interested in me or want to listen to what I have to say or you're open to me. She said, how do you know that?
I'm so fresh, you can suck my nuts. I'm so fresh.
And I said, well, when we bought beers, you actually took the glass, and I'm going to show you a little bit like this. I could put my glass here, which would block the person next to me, she didn't have it that way. If she was sitting here, she didn't have her glass right here blocking me. Show you a little bit better. She didn't have her glass right here blocking me. She had her glass over here on her left side, and I was on her right side. So I just flat out told her that. I was like, you don't seem to be setting up any barriers with me, and you are sitting fairly close to me, which shows me that you're comfortable with me, I guess, and you're comfortable with what's going on and how the date's going. So that's something you can kind of look for. Also, another thing you can check out is whether or not her feet are pointing towards you. I haven't studied too much on that stuff, so I can't really say anything, but I'm sure we will definitely have a video further in the future about where feet are pointing, things like that. So that ends another episode of Mastering Body Language. Sort of a long one, but I hope you made it through it. And be sure to check out the other videos. Also, like, favorite, subscribe, share, spread the word, tell your friends. I don't know. I think it's a great way to learn. I try to keep it entertaining. And as always, leave comments below on questions, concerns, or things you want to say about the video. I am the Body Language Noob, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.